Hey guys, it's Tanya from 4Girls Jewelry. Quick tutorial today. I'm trying to make a lot of earrings that can match with all my jewelry. And I like this design a lot. This simple trick that you can use multiple stones. Almost the same like we did with the piece that I filmed before. For the necklaces, we can do today something similar with the earrings, because I have tons of stuff that mismatching. I love to use a lot of different stones, but most of the pieces that I create have these little bubbles. I made them with the heat, cleaned them, love that. So I have a lot of prepared pieces, bits of the wire, and today just making something like that. So just I thought I will show you also what I do at school. That's what I'm making at school. I making first grader make bezels. They're not completely perfect, but I like them anyway. So that's the pieces I do at school. That's fun. That is fun. And there's some more pieces that I finished. So I use my links that I share on my channel with pieces like this. A pearl, and this is a fine silver plus copper. Okay, let's go back to our project today. So I will show how I bend. You know, when you do earrings, you want to make them exactly same. So you will measure where your little bubble is, and I use this size. So it's better when you do it in the same time, because sometimes it's hard to create the second one, but I will try to see if I can manage to do it. It's too small. So yeah, it's better when you do in the same time. But still too small. Okay, I will just open up a little bit and make it longer stick. Let's see. Yes, this is much better. Still not perfect. Why it's not, doesn't want to sit the way how I want to sit. Okay. So that's what we will have, and I will straighten my wire. Today I'm a bad wire wrapper because I hurt my finger yesterday, and it's hard to work now. It's each time I touch it, it's really hurts. So okay, so we have same, but I prepared already the one that I will work with. The thing is, when the bubble on top here, sitting on top, right, and I want it then put on the bench and just hammer it, and I really nicely hammer this piece. You can also go with a file and file it nicely, so it will not be rough or anything. And I use 24 gauge wire, so I will make like 2 or 3 wraps around, and then I decide what beads I want to use. So I will probably use almost the same beads. Let's stick with the same beads. So I will use my dark green. Let me put them. So I will use my rondelle. That will be first bead. Don't have to worry right now how they sit, because we later will push everything down. So a wire comes from, if your wire is on top of the, do you see how it comes from here? So I will then do wrapping on the behind the wire. So 1, 2, and we have one secured. Then I want to use another small bead, and I will probably use purple, the one that I have here. Let me use purple. Same story. So we have bead coming to the closer to our main wire. I will just hold it with my other hand and just wire wrap here. So we have something like that. That could be very organic. You can do 2 wraps or 3 wraps, depends. I do want to put the third bead larger, so I'll make more coils, and then I will use larger bead for that. So I will use my labradorite. Oh, that's a sterling silver wire, wanted to be used. So we have larger. So beads, any beads guys you want. But in order to this to sit like this, I will measure it from here to here. So my bead is, I wanted this to stand out from most of the things like this. And the thing is, I wanted these 2 ends squished together. You can do it with your pliers, just squish them so they will be close. Do you see it? And I'm go under, top, and then what I do is I just wire wrap around here where the point, the lower point, it's just slowly hugging these 2 wires together. Okay, so we have this. Go back to the main, 1, 2, and I will use one more bead. I will use this glass bead that I have very weird shape, like almost like a triangle, like weirdest, like you can see it from the top. I like it. Okay, so we have one more bead here, and it's so nice to use different shapes and just wrap here. Okay, now we are going on the other side of our work, and I can use any of the beads. Let me use something like I did in the previous design. So I like to use now all leftover beads that I just having sitting on top of my containers, and I don't know what to do with them. So I'm using these. So first of all, let's clean the desk so it's a little more clean, plus you have beautiful earrings. So we have bead right here. The wire was coming from underneath of your work, so then you can use it on top. Just wire wrap here, and we randomly put it there. So now we can use, I will use something like Bicon. Again, it's underneath, so we going to the front. And then I want to also use something larger. So I will use, let's say, I will use also light blue. Let me see. So we want this to be a little bit larger than, like, standing out from the design. So like this, push these 2 together. See, and that will have a room for wire wrapping. So we go inside, and then I go to like wire wrap here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going back to the stick, and I like to add one more bead here. Something tiny, tiny, very tiny, the tiniest ever. And it all depends when it's okay. So just attach it. 2, 3. That's it. What I want to do now is pushing this all the way down. This is like left and right sides, so you have to see which one you want it to be. Ah, it's like to jump, and I want to cut. You can also later with the pliers, if you wanted to, you can push each one to make this sit more perfect. If you're more perfectionist, I just like that this is organic design. And push a little bit slightly, just play with that, make it how you want it to sit. And guys, this is something that I wanted to share today. Be creative, use your leftover wire, use your torch, don't be afraid. I finally start to, because people ask me if I remove fire scale. I never did before, but I really like it. I like at home, you know, to remove fire scale, what I use vinegar, salt, and water, and I boil. I have a special pot and I boil in that, but be careful because it's very corrosive. It will clean your metal, but it's also after I left it overnight, I didn't realize next day I put it on the stove and I see tons of water, thinking, oh my gosh, what's leaking? My pot was leaking, so it's actually like ate my pot. So salt and vinegar is very strong solution, guys. So corrosive. So and now I start to use my tumbler again. I never used it before, but now after cleaning the wire, I put them in a, so that's first go in my salt and vinegar and water solution. And after that, I throw this in a tumbler, and it's tumble for me, and I love it. It's just look fantastically clean because I need to use it to be able to solder things, because if you don't clean the metal, you can't solder. So that's even though it looks messy, but it is clean metal because I was like soldering this to the base. Guys, that's all I want to share today. I hope you can make fantastic earrings, and those could be more delicate. You can use thinner wires. I have some thinner wires here that I made, so I think I might even make something from more delicate gauge. But anyways, you can use whatever you want, and I think making them with the like flat also beautiful. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to hear from you what you think. Now when the season is busy, will be harder for me to come up with something on the go, because the jewelry season started. But I want to also show you some other things that I did that's based on the Viking knit. I made like a feather looking piece that I squish on both sides. That's like my leaf. I need to go in a little bit of sulfur. I love it. This I think I have filmed before with the tons of little torched ends that I woven together. So I just keep finishing the stuff here on my desk. I have one more piece that I want to finish today. That was done with a twisted wire, and I put a beautiful labradorite inside, and I want to have a little bit like some extension, so I made something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's like extension for my pendant. And I'm working now on my chain. It's going up. Okay, guys, see you next Tuesday with some other ideas. Thank you for watching and have a good week. See you soon.